Hello there. Today I'm going to tell you about 3 things to help your breastfeeding journey that's all related to food. So you might be asking yourself, who am I? Why am I the one who should be speaking to you about this? My name is Elizabeth Vanderwelt. I am the owner and founder of Foodful and Doula Services. I've been a doula since 2018 and I've been studying lots of things related to birth, breastfeeding, postpartum, fertility, and so much more. Number 1, you might be surprised when I say this, but salmon is one of the number 1 things that you should be eating when you're breastfeeding. You might ask yourself, why do I need to be eating salmon? What are the benefits of that? Well, if you're anything like me who is not a fish person, I'm sad to break your bubble that salmon, among other fish, is actually very good when it comes to your health. If you've known anything and you had studied the books that were given to you or suggested to you for your pregnancy, they were consistently telling you that fish is very good for you when it comes to the health of the baby when it's developing. But research is showing that during breastfeeding, that the more fish you have, there's even a higher chance that you can produce more milk. These are high sources of DHA, EPA, and omega-3 fatty acids. Did you know that it also is high in choline, which breastfeeding parents need 550 milligrams a day? Salmon is also perfect for your vitamin D levels, which helps you absorb calcium, which is perfect for baby. So, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to have some salmon. Now, there are multiple things that we can say when it comes to fish, but you'll want to get yourself possibly having 2 to 3, 4 ounces of salmon a day, which sounds crazy to me, but I'm not a fish person, so I shouldn't let my bias prevent me from telling you this awesome news. So you can take your salmon and you can always grill it nice, or I don't know how people otherwise eat it. I've just known about grilled. If you know of a different way to cook salmon, start posting those recipes in the comments below and help other women out. Before I go on to number 2, I want to tell you why this is so important for you to know these things, to be eating foods that support your breastfeeding journey. It all comes down to calorie intake. I'm not a huge fan of one to count calories, but when it comes to breastfeeding, it's highly important that you make sure you're maintaining a well-balanced diet. I personally have never had a child before. I've never breastfed. I've only helped mothers for the past 5 years, and now I'm currently helping a lactating cow. To tell you a small story on that, cows need to eat a lot when it comes to breastfeeding as well, especially milk cows, i.e. breastfeeding lactating cow. In that term, they need about 95 liters of water a day when it comes to milk cows. Now, in your case, you need much less. You need 3.8 liters of water. So that's a majority less than 95. But then again, you don't also weigh 1,500 pounds, so we're all good. Number 2, it's time to get yourself some mustard greens, everybody. Dark mustard greens are overflowing with the nutrients that you need for your body. They're high in fiber. They're high in calcium. They're high in vitamins A, K, E, C, which is exactly what you need to feed your baby. Flavonoids is also another essential vitamin that is inside dark and leafy greens. This flavonoids is known to promote and encourage the hormone that is called prolactin, which helps you make breast milk. Mustard greens have a very strong flavor, so it may not be your go-to type of vegetable you'd want to encourage yourself to eat. You may want to consider preparing it like you would a spinach, and prepare it in things like sauteing them with lemon pepper chicken, or other types of foods that might seem to balance out the taste. Garlic and roasted sweet potatoes are perfect for this, or roasted sweet peppers. It depends on what type of flavor you're going for. Now, before I go on to number 3, I want to explain to you another reason why it's so important to be knowing this information. Your number 1 thing that you should be really focusing on is making sure that you're getting the nutrients that your body needs. Now, for some, this may be difficult if you're on a specific type of diet that may come due to health issues or spiritual slash political beliefs slash preferences. Neither of these things are wrong. And you should know there are books and cookbooks that are out there dedicated to make sure that you eat for the nutrition you need for the diet you have. Item number 3 that I really think you should be getting right now. Go to the grocery store. No, I'm just kidding. Stop what you're doing. Make sure you finish the rest of this video. Otherwise, you won't know what I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you, you need to pick up some grapefruits. Grapefruits are high in vitamin C, and they are essential. I mean essential. Vitamin C is essential for breastfeeding. For vitamin C, you need about 120 milligrams a day. That's a lot. And grapefruits are high in them, especially high in folate, which you may also know as a counterpart for folic acid. This is super important during pregnancy for the production of new healthy cells. Research was done in the journal Nutrients that breastfeeding risks the lack of folate because you're producing so much milk from the breast tissue. You will find that there is a chance you could have a folate deficiency. Keep taking those vitamins. Keep going with them. Now you might be wondering, how am I going to eat those bitter things? And how do I incorporate it into my diet? Well, the biggest thing you could start is by adding it to breakfast. If you can't eat the fruit plain as it is, can you juice it yourself and make a grapefruit juice? You're still getting the vitamins you need, even when you're juicing them. If juicing doesn't work for you, there are certain methods where you can broil a grapefruit. I've never personally done it myself. And if you do, make sure you let me know in the comments below because I'd love to know too. But what other ways can you do it? Well, that's a good question. And I'm sorry I don't have the answer for you. But if you have a postpartum doula, maybe she'll know exactly how to help you. If you watched this video and wondered how in heaven's name you were going to eat these 3 foods that might come off as not your favorites in your diet already, you may find yourself being like, I don't know how I could take care of a baby. I don't know how I can add all these foods that I need to make sure that my production is good. Well, make sure that you try to get someone else to help take turns for cooking in your life. If you can get a partner or a family member, a friend, a doula, or even a meal train in your neighborhood specifying these kind of ingredients you would need. They're all ways that could best support you during this time. I hope you enjoy watching this video and that it taught you something that you needed to know. And, I said and way too many times, but helps you helps you make breast milk. So if you're not keep taking those vitamins, keep going with them.